Hi, Fred. Well, look at that. What the Zen cat dragged in. Hello, my friend. Hi, Gorky. Jorge. Hi. You're muted, Jindo.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Let me put away the sacred broom. This ties in with what we're going to talk about later. Let me check our candle situation. Got a whole checklist. I think we're fine. Yes, check, check, check. Okay, check, check. Good. Good to see all you guys.
Hi.
So a minute. Oh no, it's time already. Wow, the clock, my clock and the computer are a little off. Okay, here we go. Well, hello everybody. I was mentioning our sacred broom, which I use to sweep up the sacred little bugs who in the spring and summer come in here to have their final moments. They're sacred too. You might notice that I'm dressed in a t-shirt. There are several reasons for this. Number one is it's hot. It's really hot here. But it also ties in with our lesson a little later about finding the sacred in the ordinary, which is part of my job to do. Ah, Yakshin, good to see you. It's been a few weeks. Chris? Oh, Seikang, good to see you. All, everybody. Good, good, good. I have my, of course, my Ino and priests here in training. They are wearing full robes for the formality of the occasion. But today I am in gear of my wife would call the Zen slob mode. Because I like to remind folks too that last week I wore my full robes. We did something special. It's not about the robes. Well, this robe, it is, the Raksu, the Kesa. It's about that. but it's not about how we dress. And that's going to tie in later with our theme, which you'll hear. In the meantime, everybody all ready to go? Who is my Ino today?
That will be Seiko.
Seiko, very good. Lovely. All right, Seiko is coming to us from the UK with a little magic, sacred magic. And for everybody else, if you've been here before, you know what to do. And if it's your first time, just follow along. Nice to see you, Jorge. Good. Oh, sorry.
Thought of the perfection of great wisdom sutra Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, awakened one of compassion in Prajna Paramita, the deep practice of perfect wisdom, perceive the emptiness of all five conditions and was free of suffering. O Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form, form is precisely emptiness, emptiness precisely precisely from sensations, perceptions, formations, and consciousness are also like this. O Shariputra, all things are expressions of emptiness, not born, not destroyed, not stained, not pure, neither waxing nor waning. Thus emptiness is not form, not sensation, nor perception, nor formation, nor consciousness, no eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, no sight, smell, taste, touch, nor object of mind, no realm of sight, no realm of consciousness, no ignorance, no end to ignorance, no old age and death, no cessation of old age and death, no cause or end to suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain, no gain. Thus bodhisattvas live this prajna paramita with no hindrance of mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, far beyond all delusion. Nirvana is already here, all past, present, and future Buddhas live this prajna paramita and realize supreme and complete enlightenment. Therefore know that prajna paramita is the sacred mantra, the luminous mantra, the supreme mantra, the incomparable mantra, by which all suffering is clear. This is no other than truth. Therefore set forth the prajna paramita mantra, set forth this mantra and proclaim gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisoaka. Hanya Shingyo. Buddha nature pervades the whole universe, reality existing right here now, and reciting the heart of the perfection of Great Wisdom Sutra, we dedicate our sincere efforts to Shakyamuni Buddha, Honored One, the historical Buddha and teacher, and to those ancestral teachers, Eihei Dogen, Honored One, Soji Keizan, Honored One, and all successive Honored Ones up until Zuigaku Rempo, Honored One, and Gudo Wafu, Honored One, and to all Honored Ones throughout history, same yet diverse Honored Ones, whose names have been forgotten or left unsaid. We also dedicate these efforts to the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, to all awakened ones and teachers in all places and all times, especially as seek tranquility and well-being for all creatures, now suffering or in ill health. May they be serene through all their ills. May their lives be at peace and wisdom pervade the darkness of ignorance. We dedicate our hopes and aspirations to all victims of war and violence and natural events, to the injured and to all families touched by these tragedies, to the healing of hatred in all countries and among all peoples, to the wisdom and compassion of our world leaders, to the peace of the world and harmony of all beings. Thus let the harmful effects of words, thoughts and actions be dispelled, and compassion bloom in perpetual spring. May we all realize and live the enlightened way together. O Buddhas throughout space and time, O Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, Maha Prajna Paramita.
Zazen? KINHIN. Zazen.
No, I just came to go get the water.
Yeah, this is Zazen.
No,
No?
I have to eat food.
We will have Zazen and an ordinary little talk. Can you hear? If you can hear, give me an ordinary little wave. There you go. I'm reading a very good, I don't know what you'd call it, sociology of Zen, or a report or an analysis of the state of Zen, especially in the West and in modern times. And it's one of the best I've ever read. Really good. But I'm only halfway through, so I'm going to talk about it another time. But one of the points he makes in the book is that Zen practitioners today might be a bit different than Zen practitioners in the 1960s and 70s, and even more removed from Zen practitioners 500 or 1,000 years ago, because folks are a couple of things. Number one, we're disenchanted. The world these days has lost its magic, and a lot of people come to Zen these days just to function better in the world, more efficiently, get rid of some of the stress, to be better, better workers and consumers, and to not be so bothered by the things they read in the newspaper. They're not really here for the Buddhist teachings, the weird ones, you know, the magical ones, and the talk of enlightenment is now far removed. People are not looking for enlightenment. They're looking for a little light relaxation, like that, much more than in the past. I'm not saying that's true for all of you. I'm just saying it's a general trend. And 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, it was a world of much more enchantment, magic. It was literally Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, like that. That was the world look. I mean, I don't know if there were actually dragons, but people thought there were, like that. That doesn't mean that they were nice places, like as we know from both those films and stories. Game of Thrones, there's a lot of pretty bloody, pretty violent. Makes our world today look downright peaceful, even with all that's going on. But people had a different worldview where there was magic everywhere. I mean, the leprechauns were real. And the Buddha statues that we bow to, they had real life and magic, and they listened. It was a world of real miracles, and sorcerers and magicians were a real thing. Now, in this Zen hall where I sit, boy, I've got a lot of statues, and I've got Manjushri riding on a lion right there, and that's pretty magical right there, riding on a lion, carrying her magic wand, or his magic wand. He's certainly a powerful figure, but I don't necessarily take it quite literally. On the other hand, I take all the statues that are here as a reminder of something that it's best not to forget. What's that? That even without the dragons, this world is downright sacred, magical, a miracle. And don't you forget it. Just because the dragons might not be real doesn't mean there's not real fire in this world. Twice a week in this neighborhood where we live, I go to throw out the trash. That's what I do Mondays and Thursdays in the morning. And right near the village, what would you call it, bin, to toss the trash, there's a 500, 600-year-old Buddhist shrine to a bodhisattva whose name for the life of me I can't remember right now. It's not one of the big ones, but very much tied to agriculture. And after I toss out the city garbage bag, I turn about 90 degrees and I give a little bow to that shrine. Don't ask me why. But once a year, the farmers here, they gather there. I've been invited to do this. They open up the shrine, they bring out all the statues and dust them off, light some incense. Sometimes the priest comes. They even let me be the priest there one time and chant and bow. And because they're about to plant the crops, and that bodhisattva has real power. They believe it. Or at least they're taking no chances. But I think they really believe it. Now, are they wrong? No. But I think we're wrong too if we lose all the magic in this world. So I try to tread a very careful middle way. And that's this. I think, for example, this mindfulness movement that just makes Zen into something like you're doing it in a, I don't know, a doctor's office. Man, it's just about relaxing and becoming more centered and letting things be and becoming more efficient. They're missing out on something. And I'm also not one to go in for, you know me, to go in for the, shall we say, the excess myth and nonsense, the excess silliness of some religious claims. I don't think we need that. Yesterday on my Facebook feed, I'm scrolling through. Well, yeah, I do that too, sometimes when I'm killing time. What do you think? When I'm always sitting Zazen when I got nothing to do? No, sometimes I'm scrolling through Facebook, I admit it. So suddenly this woman comes on there and she's some psychic and she's saying, oh, hey, wait. She literally jumps out at me from my phone. Hey, wait, stop. You want the answers? I've got the answers. I look down and she's got some crystals she wants to sell me and something like that. We don't need this. But people need some magic in this world. That's why they're into the New Age things and they want to get their fortune told. They want to believe in the spirits. It's in us. Frankly, that's the reason we go to the movie theater and turn on the TV to watch Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings or even just to, just to have a little magic. Even those terrible Avengers movies where, what is it, like Iron Man versus King Kong this week? There's a new one every 10 days because we need the magic. But here's the thing I try to get across to people. I want you to have the magic. I want you to know there's a miracle. I want you to know secret powers. But please know it right where we are. Ladies and gentlemen, we are floating on a rock in the middle of space. You are breathing air that's a fingernail thin in the middle of a great vacuum of galaxies made of galaxies made of galaxies. We sometimes miss the point because we're, too concerned with just the humdrum ordinary. We can't see the magic. You don't have to come here and see me light the incense and bow to a statue and put on fancy robes to know this. That's a little bit like saying, from the other religion, oh, God is only in church. No, the magic, the miracle is everywhere. We had a thread this week about Buddhist claims of magic powers and how some Buddhist masters like Dogen would say things like the real magic power is scratching your nose and fetching water, drinking tea, or the magic of this way is ordinary rice and tea, we sometimes say. And it's true. It's not a matter that you have to see that the ordinary is boring. No, wait a second. You don't have to see that the magic is just ordinary and boring. You have to see that the ordinary and boring is truly wondrous and magic. Shoelaces, amazing. Dripping faucets, leaking faucets, amazing. Like that. Truly the moon of enlightenment shines in even every drop from your leaky faucet. I know it's hard to see sometimes. I know it's hard to remember. That's my job, to help you remember. You come here, we bow down, we light some incense, we have colorful statues, we chant a chant. It is magical. It is like a little world, another world. But then I want you to walk out the door and see that the Buddhas and ancestors, the incense smoke is every square inch of this world. Like that. It's a lesson we have to learn. And it doesn't mean every moment of every day you got to remember that. I just want you, any moment when you're tossing out the trash, turn 90 degrees and just bow to the first blade of grass you see and know that it's a wonder. I truly believe, you see me write, I'm into science a little bit, right? Well, why do you think so? Because I believe that we have wizards, they're called physicists. They do what the wizards of old said they were going to do, and usually didn't do, and the physicists are actually accomplishing it, letting us fly through the air. That's what engineers do. Truly, we can now walk through walls. We can now talk to people on the other side of the world. Look what I'm doing right now. Hello from Japan. Beyond time and space. Talk about that. My voice is now traveling up to space and coming down to you. It's amazing. We have alchemists, we call them chemists, like that. And the people of the past depended on those people to do things, to cure their diseases. Well, we have those witch doctors. They're called doctors. Some of them are still witch doctors, by the way. They're not all great, but you get my point. We have real magic in this world. And right now I'm writing a book. I finished it, trying to get a couple of my scientist friends are going through it, and it makes this point. And I'm dead serious about it. It's a completely Buddhist point. It's not a really Buddhist book, but the point it makes is harmonious with Buddhism. What is it? What is it? All cause and effect from somewhere in the beginningless past somehow has run around in a stream of cause leading to effect, leading to cause, leading to effect, that somehow lets you take human form here on a rock in the middle of time and space, and that's a very special thing. Buddhism said it's a special thing to take human form. Buddhism said, now that you have human form, don't waste it. Buddhism said, without going into details, something special is going on here, that cause followed effect through the years and errors and endless time to allow you to be born here in this body. It's not just a biological hiccup. There's something wondrous going on, and I'm convinced of this. Every factor of physics, chemistry, stellar development, planetary development, evolution, the first appearance of life, all of history, all of your family's history somehow wound around in this causal chain, very much resembling some kind of traditional idea of karma. Something wound around, and here you are. And you should not be here logically. That's what my book is about. One left turn when the universe took a right turn, somebody else might be sitting on your zafu, but not your butt. Anyway, that's my book. I'm going to put that aside for now. All I want to say is, my job here, right now, is to remind you that you're sitting on your butt on this zafu is the most incredible, wondrous, magic, fantastic. I'm running out of superlatives. And when you leave here today, damn well remember it, please. Let's sit. We will now recite the verse of atonement and the 4 vows.
All harmful acts, words, or thoughts, ever committed by me since of old, on account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and mind, now I atone for them all. To save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable.
Well, lovely, lovely. Thank you to Seiko for being our Eno today. With that accent, boy, he sounds like he could be in Lord of the Rings. Doesn't he? Actually, he looks the part, doesn't he? With that beard, boy, he could right in the Shire. And I remembered, my apologies to Kokuzo Bodhisattva. I remembered the name just now. Kokuzo Bodhisattva, the Bodhisattva by my garbage here down the street here. Remember, next time you go out to the garbage, bow to the trash can, and then turn and bow to whatever, the first thing that strikes your eye, a flower, a weed, whatever it is. All right? I wish you all magical travels this week, wherever you go, down the yellow brick road. And we're going to have tea if anybody wants to stick around. Otherwise, for the rest of you, a good magical day to you. I'll see you guys later.